Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed about flat Earth theory. It's so obviously, painfully wrong. The major flaw in flat Earth theory, which posits that planet Earth is not a spheroid object, but rather a flat disk, is that Earth is not a flat disk. It's definitely a spheroid object. We know this for a fact. We can be as certain of that fact as about any other fact in the entire body of scientific knowledge. The Earth is not flat, period. Why then are there still some people who consider flat Earth theory to be valid? Are they just trolling? Being contrarian purely for the sake of it? Maybe, but there are reasons why some might sincerely believe that flat Earth theory is correct. Not good reasons, but understandable reasons. And the first of those reasons is what might be the most seductive thing about flat Earth theory. It accepts the obvious but incorrect answer. Most of the time, Earth does look flat. Assuming you're standing on Earth, I should say, looking at Earth from space or even just from several miles up, it quite obviously is not flat. But if you're standing on the ground looking out toward the horizon, Earth looks pretty flat. But, and this is the important point, it's not flat. The obvious answer is not actually the correct answer. Flat Earth theory only makes sense if you accept the most immediately obvious answer to the question and don't investigate any further than that. And just think of all the scientific discoveries we would never have made if that's the way we approached questions, if we just accepted the first answer that looked good and didn't probe any deeper than that. And that brings me to the next problem with flat Earth theory, which is that it disregards centuries of accumulated scientific evidence. We've known Earth is round for a long time, and there are all sorts of simple, cool ways to demonstrate this that people have figured out over the last couple of thousand years. For example, Foucault's pendulums, which are on display in museums and universities all around the world, demonstrate that Earth is rotating. Now, you take this evidence of rotation and you combine it with the consistently curved shadow that Earth casts on the surface of the moon during lunar eclipses, and you have a pretty solid case based on observation for a round, spinning Earth. Or how about something even simpler? The fact that constellations change depending on which region of Earth from which you're observing the sky. Or how about the fact that the position of the sun in the sky at the same time of day differs depending on where on Earth's surface you are observing it from. Both of those are consistent with a round Earth, not a flat Earth. Or how about the fact that people have been to outer space and orbited the Earth countless times and directly observed that it is, in fact, a spheroid object, not a flat disk? How can flat Earth theory possibly stand up in the face of these and all the other pieces of evidence for a round Earth? Well, it relies on incuriosity and willful ignorance. You can't just casually dismiss the evidence for a round Earth because it is everywhere and it is undeniable. Rejecting such a firmly established, fundamental fact of science requires a stubborn unwillingness to be taught and a determined embracing of one's own ignorance. You have to ignore calculus, geometry, geology, astronomy, as well as the aforementioned direct observational evidence. And amazingly, there are some who do, which is the only reason I'm even talking about something as asinine as flat Earth theory. There are people who seem to actually believe it, including the most notable recent proponent of flat Earth theory, B.O.B, who had a hit song several years ago titled Airplanes, which is ironically fitting since looking out the window of an airplane cruising at about 40,000 feet with good visibility is an excellent way to view the curvature of Earth. To believe that the Earth is flat, you also have to believe that all the evidence for a round Earth has either been fabricated or grossly misinterpreted, and that we have all had it really, really wrong for thousands of years, because people have known that Earth is round since at least the time of Pythagoras. Thinking that doesn't just make you wrong, it makes you a conspiracy theorist. You can't get more wrong than that. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time. Hey folks, well, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like it and share it and subscribe to this channel if you're not subbed already. And also, please consider helping me to make more videos like this one by supporting this channel through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron. Thanks again for watching.